Hello everyone. Today we are going to do a product demo for WorkSight Flow. Flow is a comprehensive cloud platform that integrates scheduling, time off, and time management with gross pay all in one application. For this demo, we will be looking at viewing and managing your employees' accruals, the process of manually adding an employee's time off request, and the time off approval process. Viewing and managing accruals. Each employee in your system has a time off balance. This displays the information for each time off type that your employee is eligible for. The available balances can be displayed in dollars, hours, or both. We can access an employee's time off balance in two ways. First, from the plan mode. In the plan mode, we just need to select the name of the employee we want to view. In the right pane, we're going to click the bank icon, and here we can view his time off balances. We can also access an employee's time off balance from your settings. To access that, you're going to click the icon in the top right of your screen, navigate to Settings. We're going to go to Manage People, and here we can either scroll or use the search function to find the employee we're looking for. We're going to click the pencil icon, and again, by clicking the bank icon, we can view his time off balances. In the time off balances screen, we see a couple of items. First, we have our as of date. This allows us to specify the as of date you want to view the balances for. Under that, we've got our time off balances table, which shows us the type, what has been earned, what has been used so far, what is currently planned, and what remains available. Over here, we can also view any requested or on-hold hours. Under Request History, we can view both his upcoming and his past time off. We can see that he has requested 10 hours on December 24th, and he has in the past had 20 hours in October approved. If we go to Transaction Details, we can see that history. We can see the hours in October that were used, and the amount that he has accrued over the year. Finally, we have our Add Accrual button, which allows us to add an accrual. Adding or editing an accrual. To add an accrual, I'm first going to select the time off type I want to add an accrual for. In this instance, I'm going to choose vacation. I'm then going to click the Add Accrual button and see this window pop up. The employee and the time off type are automatically filled in, though I can change them if I need to. We're going to say this accrual ran for the whole year, so we'll set the start date as January 1st, 2021, and the end date is going to be December 31st. This employee for the year has earned 80 hours of vacation accrual, and he gets paid a rate of $27.50, so his amount is going to equal $2,200. We'll click Save, and we'll see that apply in the system. To edit an accrual, in the Transactions Details table, we're going to click on the Effective Range hyperlink and see the editing box appear. Here we can edit our start or end date, the total units, and the total amount. And any changes we make, we can click Save, and we'll see them apply. Adding a time off request manually. WorkSight Flow does have an associated mobile app that allows your employees to submit their own time off requests. However, in some instances, you may have to enter a time off request manually. We're going to review that now. Navigate back to the plan mode. Here, we're going to select either the time off calendar or time off list. The time off calendar is going to show us the time off requests in a calendar format. The time off list is going to show us the same data formatted a little bit different. We can still see the start and end date, but we can also see the total units, the reason, the current status, and the created date and who it was created by. To add a time off request, we can either click on the plus icon in the top bar, or we can click on the Add Time Off Request button in the main pane. Doing so is going to open the New Time Off Request dialog box. Either method will open the New Time Off Request panel on the right pane. Now we can enter the time off request details. I've had Joan Jeminson approach me and ask for either the 3 days before Christmas off or the 3 days after if the 3 days before are not available. To submit that request, I'm going to search for her name and we're going to submit the first request. For the 3 days before Christmas, she's asking for the 22nd to the 24th. I know that Joan works 10-hour days, so the total units is going to be 30, and the reason's going to be vacation. This is her number 1 preference, so we're going to enter 1 under the preference box. And in the comments, we can make a note about her request. Here I've entered the comment, giving a little bit more details for whoever's going to be viewing these time off requests. And finally, if I need to, I can also view her time off balance underneath. We're going to save that first request, and we can see it's generated now on the schedule. We're going to submit her second request now. Alright, here you can see that I've entered all the same information in a new time off request, with the only difference being the start and end date occurring after Christmas on her work days, and the preference is set to 2. I'm going to save those changes now, and we can see it show up on the time off list and in the time off calendar. In the calendar, it's going to display them chronologically rather than as 2 separate requests. So here we can see that she's requested these 3 days off. She already has the 25th, 26th, and 27th off based on her work schedule. And she's also submitted a request for the 28th, 29th, and 30th. Now we'll look at how to approve time off requests. Approving time off requests. As we've seen, time off requests can be viewed in either the calendar view or the list view. I'm a visual person, so I prefer the calendar view. However, I do know people that like to work in the list view. Now, let's establish some guidelines before approving these requests. First, let's say that with our organization, we approve based on seniority date. So, as long as these were all received by a certain time, everyone's request is going to be approved based on seniority, no matter who submitted their request first. Second, let's say that only 1 person per day may take time off. So on the 22nd, we have 3 vacation days requested, only 1 will be approved. Now, let's start working. To start, we're going to sort by seniority. Clicking on the sort icon, we can select seniority date, and we're going to see the data reconfigure itself. Tad Damon has the highest seniority date, and Steve has the lowest, so we've organized this now by seniority. We can now go in and start approving our time off requests. Tad, having the highest seniority date, is getting his request approved. To approve a request, you can click this drop-down menu, click the Approve button, and it's going to save those changes automatically. If we made a mistake once it's been approved, we can easily go in and either cancel or set it back to requested. However, we don't need to do that. Tad's vacation has now been approved for the 24th. Dawn's request on the 20th does not conflict with any other time off requests, so we can approve that one as well. Next, we've got Joan's 2 requests. We can see that her first request for the 22nd to the 24th do not work because they conflict with Tad's time off on the 24th, so we're going to decline her first request. However, she has the highest seniority and there's no other requests set for this week, so we can go in and we can approve her request. Next, we've got Scott, who's only submitted a time off request for the 27th, so we can approve that one as well. Jim's time off request also doesn't conflict, so we can approve his. And unfortunately, Steve's does conflict with a couple other time off requests, so his request will be getting declined. Now that we've made these changes in our time off calendar, we can go back to our job schedule and we'll see these changes apply on the job schedule as well. This has just been a brief overview of the leave management functionalities of WorkSight Flow. For more information on how to use the system, I encourage you to watch some of our other videos on our YouTube channel or contact us. Interested in learning more about WorkSight Flow? You can contact us at sales@worksight.net. Visit our website at www.worksightflow.com or give us a call at 1-877-740-3800. Thank you for watching.